guys, welcome back to Simply Fujica, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. Guys, I want to welcome you to another week, and if you're new to this channel, I'm Fujica and I help people apply for their home care licenses, and I also serve this community as a business mentor. So guys, before we get started, if you visited my channel a couple of times and you've watched a couple of videos, I would ask that you go ahead and like the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I release new content. Now guys, lately that has been every Wednesday and Sunday, so I'm trying to keep it consistent for you guys. Before we do get started, guys, just a quick reminder, I am launching my next home care licensing course on Saturday, March 4th. Registration is open. Thank you so much for those of you who have already reached out to me. I will go ahead and have the link on the bottom. But guys, this is a course you do not want to miss. If you are ready to get licensed and you're ready to submit and need just a little bit of help, then my course is the course for you. That link will be in the video description. And speaking of licensing, guys, today we're talking about policies and procedures. Now guys, this is important for a couple of reasons. So most of us already know, in order for you to get your license, part of that licensing process is you submitting to the state a copy of your policies and procedures. That's actually why a lot of you reach out to me. But also, once you are licensed, that document serves as the document that you use to not only run your business, but to onboard your staff that are going to help support you in your business. So this is why it's so important. And for those of you who have watched my channel for a while now, you know that I've done this video a couple of times before. So I will make sure both of those videos are also included in the description. But today I want to tackle in a little bit different way, because I want to talk to you, how do you start creating, how do you start putting together the layout of you actually constructing and building your own policies and procedures. So guys, if that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned. So guys, the first tip I have for you is know your state regulations. This is something I'm never going to move far away from, because you have to know what the state is asking of you before you can actually create your policies and procedures. Guys, for the state of California, we are governed by the California Department of Social Services. I will make sure that's linked here, and I'll also include it in the description of the video itself. But guys, remember, the California Department of Social Services, in my opinion, they really have set us up for success. They have a very nicely laid out website, and in that website, they tell us specifically what they want included in the policies and procedures. Once you know what should go into the policies and procedures, then you know that will be a building block for you to get started in terms of creating other material to put into your policies and procedures. So step one for you is to understand and know what those regulations are so that you can place them inside of your document. The next step I have for you guys is to create a Google document. This may seem a little minuscule for you, but I say this with purpose, because sometimes, and I'll be honest, I didn't know when I was creating my policies and procedures, you kind of don't know where to start. You really don't know. So what I love about a Google Doc is you put all that information on there. You could always arrange it later. When you come back, you can share it with people. You can invite collaborators on there if you need to. As a part of my class, I always start documents off as a Google Doc so that people can make comments, so you can assign things to people, so that you can make comments to yourself and you can put comments somewhere and arrange them later. A Google Doc gives you the flexibility that's needed in order for you to create a document of this magnitude. As you're starting to create your Google document, you're going to think about 4 or 5 things that will have to go into the document in order for you to start building and creating it, right? So we think of policies and procedures as a document, but it actually is a business document. So when you think of that, there's going to for sure be a business section. And when you think of your business and how you operate it, what items goes into that? What items would you need to discuss in order for your policies and procedures to become real? Well, I would say it would have to tell you about your business. What is it? Who are you? What role do you play? How do you serve? What is your vision as a business owner? All of those things can go into the business section. What are your hours? When are you open? What days are you closed? Do you observe any holidays? What is your reason for being? See, all of that portion really speaks to who you are as a business. As a business, you know, there are some legal considerations, right? So when you think of the fact that you are an employer, what are some things that you want to talk about? Well, you may want to talk about confidentiality. You may want to make sure that there's an acknowledgement that all of your employees have received a copy of this acknowledgement, and that they are responsible to review the actual document itself, right? What about how do you handle fairness and equity in your firm? That's another acknowledgement. You know, so things of that nature. So you want to think of legal. Now, you may not want to call it legal. Maybe it's managing the employee relationship. So maybe this is an employee relationship section. But you understand what I'm saying there. What can your employee expect as a result of them being employed by your home care agency? And then we want to talk about processes, because remember, that's what your policies and procedures are. There's a policy and there's a procedure that goes along with it. So when you start thinking about all of the processes, timekeeping is a process. So how's a person going to get paid? How should they be clocking in and out? If they're not clocking in and out, is there a form that they're filling out each and every day? What does that look like? And then what are the processes around that? When do they have to have their timesheet turned in order to get paid? Do they get paid weekly? Do they get bi-weekly? Do they have a 30-minute lunch? Do they have an hour lunch? All of these items are processes. So whatever that person is doing for you, right, in terms of being employed by your business first, and then how they are caring for your clients second, there are processes for each and every item. And actually, that's a good way for you to do it. When you think about your agency and you start thinking about all the functions or tasks that a person has to do in order to be employed by you, what process is attached to that task? So as you can see, guys, this is how this can get to be a 50 or 60 page document. There's going to be a lot of tasks in there, right? So that's how you're going to start building it. All of that transitions nicely into my final tip, which is now that you have all of your tasks, now that you have all of your functions, you are now going to create an outline. Now you can group your tasks into sections. And so typically you may have 5 or 6 sections, but all you're going to do is start putting those tasks in the appropriate sections and start drafting processes to each section. And before you have it, not in a day, not in 2 days, but as you work through, you'll start slowly but surely seeing your policies and procedures coming to life. And guys, I will tell you, I think I have shared this before. When I created my policies and procedures and I was done, I was so excited. I was so proud of myself. So listen, I've always said to you guys, be honest with yourself. There are some things some people don't like to do. Like for me, it is always compliance. That's always where I have to sit down and, okay, gotta work on this task. It's just something that takes me a moment to get there, right? If policies and procedures is that thing for you, I'm here to help. So as I mentioned at the top of the video, I do have a licensing course that includes a lot of things, but one of those things is I actually create your policies and procedures for you. Guys, at the end of that course, you are ready to submit for licensure. So guys, it's not simple, but it is doable. You actually can do it, and I'm here to help. If you need to reach out to me, or if you have any questions, or maybe you just need that consultation, remember guys, you can always reach out to me at simplyfujica@yahoo.com. And then don't forget to check out my website. I've got a lot of good things created for you guys. I actually just recently stood up my blog as well. So you guys can reach out to me there at simplyfujica.com. Okay guys, I wish you the best of luck creating your policies and procedures. Guys, you can do it for sure. But if you need me, I'm also here to help. That's all I have for you guys today. Stay blessed.